doing? We had a good conversation today about funding that VFD program.
Okay, let's talk about
I'll
it.
talk to you about it at the meeting.
Okay. Sounds good. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. So, we'll get started. Ag and Forestry, first committee of the year. Brother Curtis, would you, lead us in prayer before we get started, please?
Yes. Oh, Heavenly Father, we come in your precious of Jesus' name, oh Father. Thank you, Father, for this opportunity to gather together, Father, to make the deliberations and discussions, Father, regarding the well-beings of our soils and our animals and things that you have given us in nature. Lord, give us the wisdom so that everything that we do will be found pleasing in your sight. In your Son, Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Okay, then we have a visitor who, not visitor, who intern. So stand up and tell us who you are, where you're from, what you're doing, and things like that.
Hi, so I'm Allie Northridge. I'm a house intern this session. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. I'm currently a senior at Auburn University studying political science. We plan to go to law school in the fall, and I'll be here the entire session. So I look forward to getting to know all of you, and thank you so much for having me.
Okay, then y'all know Alicia. Would you call her?
Representative Crawford, Representative Hurst, Representative Jackson, Representative Albright, Representative Bolton.
Here.
Representative Gracie.
Here.
Representative Easterbrook.
Here.
Representative Fiddler.
Here.
Representative Fincher.
Here.
Representative Bennett. Representative Ingram.
Here.
Representative Campbell. Representative Oliver.
Here.
Representative Smith.
Here.
Representative Bainbridge.
Here.
Representative Travis.
Here.
Well, Steve is not here. This first bill, sales, has got a committee that he chaired at the same time, so he's not here. And I told him I would attempt to carry it for him. We got Scott here, that's an attorney with the Forestry Commission, and he could help us with it. But Napoleon, would you be the vice chair? And you live in this bill? This is HB 267, and there's some. Most of it is cleanup work from the Forestry Commission. Certain things they used to have, they don't have anymore, and some things like that. It doesn't increase any fees or cost of anything. Technology world, you know, in the old days, you want to burn permit, you call regional office. We don't have regional offices, so we're going to start doing things online, those kind of things, as well as take phone calls for requests for burn permits. Some of the issues that we have is people burn without permits, and they're in that area, they're gonna set the fire and then call, they don't have phone service, and then a fire occurs and requires going out, you know, and whatever. So some of this deals with that kind of things as well. There are some codes dealing with fines and punishments for those things. It also gives the state forester AJ, come on up. It gives the state forester the authority to deny a permit. We have some people that like to burn, and there's a no burn, things like that. So since they don't have foresters with the authorities for law enforcement, it gives them the opportunity to deny those permits and deal with penalties and things like that. It's also under the way it was set up for the state forester, they do not draw, leave, or sick leave. This bill, and there are certain positions very similar that do, and this bill will allow the state forester to do that. Concern is if you get a long-term sickness, what you do. You can't go in the donor program because you're not classified in that to do it. So it allows that to be available for the state forester in the future. It also, as you're familiar with Division of Construction Management and things that have happened over the years and the cost of things nowadays for fixing something, building something, this also gives the authority for them, for the state Forest Commission to build up to $750,000 without going through them, but will go through all the safety codes and building codes that are required. So it also part of it, and it the old days in the 90s, the authority was given to sell forestry land, the excess land, but he couldn't sell it if it was over $20,000. So that's old stuff. Nowadays, you buy an acre, it's gonna cost you $20,000 almost. It's north of that. So it raises that ability to sell up to $50,000 value. Scott, anything else that I missed?
I think you covered most of it. Again, I'm Scott Rouse, I'm General Counsel of the Forestry Commission, kind of the chief architect of this bill. As Chairman Crawford said, most of this is just cleaning up old language. It's been on the books 30 and 40 years. We're getting rid of some old things like our law enforcement provisions. We haven't had law enforcement since LEA came online 11 years ago. So we're just kind of cleaning up a lot of things there. And then there's a few new provisions that he just kind of went through there. But I'm more than happy to answer any questions you got, any concerns you have. Yes, sir.
Are y'all going to, like the, sick time and everything in-house? It's not gonna be, how's that going to be handled?
It'll be handled just like any other state employee. All that will go into the state system that's managed through our human resources people, so.
It just won't apply to retirement centers?
No, that doesn't have anything to do with retirement. He already is qualified for retirement.
I wasn't sure, I just saw we're changing the designation of state forester from some other position.
It's really an oddball thing. He can't earn second annual leave, but he does qualify for state retirement and other things, so we're just trying to fix that.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. My only question about this is you got about 5 different things in this bill. They're in one bill that look like to me they're not all connected to each other, that maybe these should have been separated out rather than throwing them all together in one bill. So is there a logic behind that? One big beautiful bill, something like that?
If you want to call it that, that's fine. You're right. We had those discussions on the front end about the single subject rule. Everything here directly involves the Forestry Commission's enabling statutes. So that is the connector. We haven't touched anything that does not directly involve the Alabama Forestry Commission. So.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Yeah. Yeah, and this is more, I guess, a broader question. I called and got a permit a while back, and I was gonna burn a huge road pile, and they said I didn't need a permit for that. But if it had gotten out of hand, it would have, been concerning, because it was dry. We were not under a no burn. Why would they tell me that I wouldn't need for a burn permit because it was under a certain size acreage?
And that's part of what we're trying to clean up here. That there is sometimes it's a little vague as to what you need a permit for. And particularly when you get into non-agricultural burns, extremely small burns. For us, for our purposes, fire control, etc., we're really concerned about those agricultural, silvicultural, wildlife management burns, those are the things that are in our wheelhouse, and that, under this bill, would be very clear that those are the only burns that we're permitting. Part of that is ADM has jurisdiction over a lot of these other ones, and they have a different set of rules because of air quality concerns. But ag, silvicultural, and wildlife management burns are exempted from those. So we're trying to separate those out, that you either come to us or you have to abide by the ADM rules.
So when I called in, I think it was an acre, is that right? Or under an acre? I went in, I said, well, I'm burning an acre then, because I didn't want to get fined. And I just wanted to make sure.
Exactly. So this should create some more
Clarity.
certainty about that.
Right. And I had the same concerns that you had. It was just kind of omnibusing a lot of filter cleanup stuff. And with the code section, it's really kind of hard to identify what exactly it is. How it exists.
Understand.
Any other questions? Okay, what's the pleasure of the committee?
Make a motion in favor of the order.
You've heard the motion and the second to give the bill a favorable report. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Ayes have it. Turn it back over to you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you, committee.
Until you call the next bill,
That was
Next bill is House Bill 271. Very,
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
House Bill 271, reference administrator.
Yes, sir.
vote no.
Normally, I would say this is a good bill and it's all about the children, but in this case, this one is not, so.
It's not
This-
good bill.
But it's still a good bill, still a good bill. This one is just going to allow Alabama residents who are totally and permanently disabled to receive a discounted hunting and fishing license here in Alabama. We have worked with the Department of Conservation. They do have an amendment to correct some of the fees on the permitting. We just gotta fix that and open to answer any questions.
Yes, I was asking what the fees now and how, and what you gonna fix them to, what you doing? How you gonna lower them?
I've got the chart.
Tell you what, let's, just adopt the amendment.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll discuss the bill with, because that's got some of
The amendment is, that's,
I've got the amendment. All right, replace line 30 on page 2 with the following. May purchase a lifetime license in lieu of an annual. Line 35 on page 2 with the following. Be charged $50 for a lifetime disabled. Replace line 38 on page 2 with the following. Be charged $30 for a lifetime disabled. Replace line 44 on page 2 with the following. Be charged $50 for a lifetime disabled. Replace line 47 on page 2 with the following. Be charged $30 for a lifetime disabled. Replace line 54 on page 2 with the following. Be charged $50 for a lifetime disabled. Replace line 57 on page 3 with the following. Be charged $30 for a lifetime disabled. Replace line 67 on page 3 with the following. Or section 9-11-54 may be filed in the office of the commission. And if there are no questions, I'd ask for a vote on the amendment.
got a motion to, second, so all in favor of adopting the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. All right, we have amended, adopted. promise you that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask him, what was there before you lowered them to $50?
Sir, the bill itself's got the fee in there.
I'm looking in there,
We
but
might, if the chairman pleases, we could have, Department of Conservation, they've been working with me on this.
I'm supportive, but I just want,
Sure.
how much?
What, that's a year, there was one.
There one more? Okay, well, okay, thank you. I see 25, and that's 50 or $25, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's that's an annual fee. In the middle column, the last column is the new fee for,
all right.
uh.
No problem, I got you.
You good?
Yes, I'm good. I was good, I just
Can you
wanted.
explain why the $5?
Sure, and just, my name is Charlene Skaggs, I'm the Deputy Commissioner of Conservation, and we worked with Representative Stringer on the bill. So right now, if you wanted to buy an annual disabled hunting license, it would be $7.35 per year. If you bought a fishing license, it would be $3.45 per year. This would allow them, and so every year they have to come to the probate court and show the disability paperwork. This would allow them to upload that disability paperwork one time, because if you're totally and permanently disabled, one time you are forever. So you shouldn't have to show it every year to get that license. And then this way we can sell it to on a lifetime basis, so they don't have to come and pay for it every year. The price in the bill is set essentially at $2 a year, because that's the bare minimum that we can charge for a license and still get our federal match money from the Pittman-Robertson Act. So over the lifetime of a lifetime license, it is significantly less expensive for the hunter or fisher person to do it this way on an annual basis.
All right, thank you. Yep, got a question?
Yeah, I think she might have answered that. Was there any look at the possibility of not charging a handicapped person for a license?
If we do that, we lose all of the federal match money for those licenses.
That came across in your last statement.
Yeah, and that's why we have to, and the lowest we can set it is $2. We're still going to be losing money on this license, but we're willing to do that by setting it at the $2.
Appreciate you thinking about the disabled, thank you.
That's Representative Stringer.
Yeah, I've got a question while you're up, if you will, mind. Identify what you mean handicap, and I'm glad we're doing this, because a lot of people that are physically handicapped, mentally handicapped, it's great, but, to be disabled, you can have a sleep disorder or whatever. What does classifies as handicap?
So this is, you have to be declared totally and permanently disabled by a physician, and you can go through and get, like, for people who have to show it for Social Security benefits and that sort of thing.
Right.
So the documentation that's required to establish that is what we accept for our purposes for the license.
Just a sleep disorder or ADD or ADHD or
I don't.
just, well, anybody that's getting it from Social Security, that's some of the stipulations on Social Security.
Well, they have to be declared totally and permanently disabled.
Okay.
It's my understanding it takes 2 positions to do that.
It's a fairly high bar. We sell about 5,200 of these licenses per year, so it's not statewide. Yeah, and that's hunting
I'm
and
glad we're
fishing.
doing it. That's great. I just wanted to see.
Yeah, it's similar to what we do for disabled veterans.
It says that it can be adjusted for the consumer price index. Is that for existing, if they have one, would they have to pay a little fee later, or what is that?
No, it's if somebody came in the next year.
Okay.
So somebody today might pay $50, but if you bought it next year, it might be
Once you pay
$51.
50, it's good from now
It's
on.
good for your lifetime. You don't pay us another fee.
That's a good deal.
Any other questions? Is there a motion on the bill as amended? Second. Okay, Thomas, Podium. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. Sure, they will do it. All right.
Sorry, I'm late, Mr. Chairman.
Any other?
I've been arguing with you.
Well, I wonder where he was.
Got it at 2:18.
He said we didn't have a meeting. We don't have a meeting. Okay, that care of our duties today, and we'll see what happens, Sharon, Bill, see if we'll meet next week or not. And snow. All right, thank you, I will stand adjourned.
Thank you, sir.
No, I called last time, they said, no, I just wanna make sure.
Thank you.
You finally brought something that you've been fighting over.
The session is early, bro.
I know. Now, why do you bring all this stuff? What you gonna do?
Okay. I'll put a different hat on. Okay. Still help you with other things if you're ready. Okay. And we got 3 minutes.
I've got a lot of other stuff I gotta do.
If you're like me, you got a folder.
I do. I got a slide. Yeah, I got a big one, so I got a farm and anyway, I did it.
You do have an LLC.
No.
You do that by March 1st.
Thank you, thank you. Sir, you sir? How are you?
Oh, yeah, Scott.
We had a meeting at the advisory committee today.